All right, Shalom Akim. Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit and Lord willingness be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson, here, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachaha Kodash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, is laboring in the word, and is pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's going to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, as remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all, Barakatham. All right. So, as you can see on the screen, breaking, Trump announced that the U.S. is leaving NATO because European nations refused to join his war against Iran. The U.S. empire is withdrawing and becoming isolated on the world stage. An example of how an idiot brought down a superpower.
Not sticking together. I think that NATO made a terrible mistake when they wouldn't send a small amount of military armament, when they wouldn't send just even acknowledge what we were doing for the world and taking on Iran. I never considered it very risky, but war is always risk. You know, a lot of strange things happen in war that are very bad, but I didn't consider it. I know how great we're the greatest military by far. Anywhere there was nobody close. I didn't think there was a big risk, but there's always surprises with war. They could be very bad surprises. I mean, wars are lost that should be won. Many wars are lost. You think a country's going to wipe somebody out and they end up getting wiped out themselves. So it's always risky. But I think a tremendous mistake was when NATO just wasn't there. They just weren't there. It's going to make a lot of money for the United States because we spend hundreds of billions of dollars a year on NATO, hundreds of protecting them. And we would have always been there for them. But now, based on their actions, I guess we don't have to be, do we?
Mr. President.
That sounds like a breaking story, yes, sir. Is that breaking news?
Yeah, man.
Actions, I guess.
This is an absolute idiot. Okay. But the scriptures tell us that there was going to be times that we're going to see unstable leaders. All right. And this is what we're seeing right now, man. Unstable leaders. All right. The scriptures say that, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. All right. Well, this is what we're witnessing. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10 and verse 7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Taman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? You see? And there's no more wisdom, all right, that's being shown amongst these Edomites, man. All right? And as the scriptures say, as the ruler of a city is, so are his officers, okay? And that trickles down to the inhabitants as well. So the world is looking at Americans, all right, with a side eye, because it's like, dude, y'all allowed this guy to draw y'all into the biggest war in U.S. history, you know what I'm saying, that would have such catastrophic backlash and ramifications, you know what I'm saying, the consequences that America is about to face, you know what I'm saying, as a result of this is going to be gargantuan, you see? And the fact that these people are sitting here justifying the fact that gas is now It's now the highest that it's ever been. You know what I'm saying? That the groceries are the highest that it's ever been. We've now surpassed $40 trillion. You know what I'm saying? As per what they are willing to admit in terms of U.S. treasury, in terms of U.S. debt. It's so bad that America is now buying its own debt. It's buying its own debt. Japan is the largest holder of U.S. debt, and the the yen is falling. All right, the yen is falling, so that means the Japanese economy is falling. So what's the inevitable move after that? They got to get rid of these dollars, man. They got to get rid of all this debt that they're holding. So they're going to end up selling it. Okay, so America is about to fall, all right, in spectacular fashion. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple more videos that I want to share with you. All right. But this is just an absolute shit show. Bear with me.
So what you're pretty much telling me is we're about to get our ass kicked in this motherfucking war, right? Okay, figure that. Y'all beat this shit. So, guess what I just found out? Before I even get into that, the United States of bullshit is alone. Let me say this one more time for the people in the back. The United States of bullshit is alone, honey. The only backbone that the United States of bullshit have is Israel. Because why the United States of bullshit not only isolated themselves from NATO, so NATO is not going to help at all. Oh, and on top of that shit, I don't know why the fuck the government is lying to us about how many casualties it is that have fallen slain for the from the army and shit like that. Our army, they keep saying it's only 10 to 12. No, it's not. It's 560. Now back to where I was. We are alone in this shit. We are so fucking alone and so understaffed to a fucking point where the United States of bullshit is asking Ukraine for fucking help. Why the hell are they asking Ukraine for fucking help when Ukraine already got their own fucking issues with Russia? Speaking of Russia, did you know that Russia just got fucking involved? Oh yeah, so Russia is gonna be helping Iran. And guess who else is stepping into this shit? China. Yup. We're cooked. Russia and China will be supplying Iran.
Right, so let's get this in the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 16. It reads, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast," all right, those 10 horns will represent NATO, the EU. Okay, all these allies that America has had amongst the European Union, amongst NATO specifically, all right, which was the driving force behind this empire having gained acquisition throughout the entire world. All right, guess what? It says, they shall hate the whore. These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. All right, all these allies that Nero 47 has pissed off. All these allies are going to turn against America. All of them. You see what I'm saying? America truly will be alone in this endeavor. And the only ones that they're going to have left to rely on are the very ones who are leading them into this quagmire, who's leading them into this path to oblivion. The only ones that this whore is going to be able to lean on are the ones who are openly admitting now that they want this place to fall apart. You see what I'm saying? So she says what? Well, as a matter of fact, let's go to Obadiah real quick. Right? All right, this is Obadiah 1:7. And it reads, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. All right, when it says they that eat thy bread, it's going into an alliance. It's going into allegiance. Okay? You're already pissing off all your European allies, all right? And the one ally that you got amongst NATO, all right, stationed in the so-called Middle East, which is Turkey, they're already getting ready to leave you. And that's the second largest military in NATO, being Turkey. So all these nations are going to turn away, man. All right, and this is not going to end well for you. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 33. All right, and let's hit verse 1. And it reads, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. You see what I'm saying? What was America doing throughout all this time, man? Going from one place to another place to another place to another place. All right, taking over, acquiring their resources, stealing their land, their gold, their opium. You know what I'm saying? Their all types of stuff, man. Okay. From the things that was done over in Laos, over in Cambodia, over in Vietnam, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? The different operations. You know what I'm saying? You can read the book Confessions of the Economic Hitman, all right, by John Perkins. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a very clear image of what America was involved in all these years. You know what I'm saying? And how they became this great powerhouse that they were. You see? But it says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they will deal treacherously with thee. Okay? And she points out, all right, that now America's going to have to face Russia and China because they're both going to come into the fray. I'm reading on RT, right? RT News. Let me look at this article real quick. One of the things that's mentioned in the headlines is that, Zelensky is losing grip on power. All right. You know what I'm saying? So it says Zelensky losing grip on power, according to Western media. A widening corruption scandal and an open challenge from a former official have fueled questions about the Ukrainian leader's political future. All right, so America is in deep shit, man. Okay? And as the lady pointed out, these guys are in such a terrible position. They're now looking to Ukraine for assistance, while Ukraine is already getting their asses whooped. You see, this is how bad it's going. This is how bad it's going, man. Right? But coming into the point where, all right, the Russians and the Chinese are going to come into the fray. Okay, this is prophecy that we're looking at, man. All right. Let me see. Let's stay in Revelations here. Let's go to Revelation. Okay, so this is Revelation chapter 16 and verse 12. It says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared." Okay, we're entering into that final battle. You know what I'm saying? As the scriptures say in Isaiah 13, around the fourth verse, that the Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. Okay.
So my question is, when China supplies fucking Iran, especially when they decide to put boots on the goddamn floor, let me ask y'all this. Y'all seen some of them motherfucking viral as hell fucking videos of them robot fighters, right? Do you think that them motherfuckers was only made just to guard the city? Hell the fuck no. They was made for war, honey. So to all y'all motherfuckers that's like, yeah, we finna get ready to fight for this war. Are y'all ready to fight them goddamn robots when they be released? China is helping Iran. China is 10 times more wealthy as far as arms is concerned than the United States of bullshit. Let's not forget, the United States of bullshit is alone. Iran has Russia and China, two of the biggest fucking things ever. Oh my God, we finna get our ass beat.
Well, Keisha got the pole in the background, man. It's crazy. All right, it's crazy, but yeah, it's about to get bad out here, man. It's about to get terrible. You know what I'm saying? And America is in the position that she's becoming more and more vulnerable. More and more vulnerable. Right? So I'm gonna show another video, man. Yeah, it's about to get crazy out here, man. All right? Bear with me.
Really, really significant news right now. America's allies in the Middle East are reconsidering hosting American military bases as they have lost confidence in Donald Trump's ability to handle the war in Iran. These aren't our adversaries. These are our allies. New Washington Post reporting confirms that Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait, and Bahrain are now united in being aggravated with the American government. They're so aggravated that some have even, quote, begun to debate the utility of continuing to host large U.S. military installations in their country. Our allies no longer believe that Donald Trump is equipped to manage the diplomacy that is necessary to put an end to the war in Iran and achieve lasting peace in the region. This is monumental. It's monumental because for the first time, our allies in the Middle East, which some even suggested supported the war, are now united against this president. Spread the word, follow for more.
Right. And you best believe that Oman is amongst that number. You know what I'm saying? Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia. Okay? And now Trump has just openly threatened Oman, which is another ally in West Asia. So this guy is sporadic, and all these people are looking at America like, wait a minute now. You'll threaten us, your allies, at the drop of a dime when we were the ones taking taking all these missiles. We was taking all these blows. You know what I'm saying? We had to have our people suffer. We had to have our economy suffer. You know what I'm saying? You literally got Dubai All right, Dubai is in a position now where all of these things that they advertised, to the world, that they're they have the least the least crime and all that stuff. It's the safest place that you want to be. All right, that whole illusion had fallen apart. You see what I'm saying? When missiles started dropping. So now all the money that was in there is leaving the country. All those billionaires and whatnot, they're leaving Dubai. Tourism is down. You see what I'm saying? Because at any moment, this dude Nero can do some dumb shit. You see? So not only is America becoming isolated with regards to their NATO allies, but they're also being isolated in regards to their allies in West Asia. Simultaneously, these Arab nations, all right, or these Muslim nations are forming a pact with each other. Okay? They're formulating their own NATO type of alliance. Okay? So this is going to be a problem. Now let's go to the last video, and this is a big kicker, man. Okay? America is more vulnerable than ever before. More vulnerable than ever. And even more so now that all of her allies are turning away from her. Check this out.
The next threat to the homeland can be a swarm of inexpensive drones launched from inside our own borders, rather than a missile approaching from thousands of miles away. Does NORAD have the sensor coverage, authorities, and decision speed necessary to respond?
No.
And could you comment on that and on the gap today, the biggest gap you see?
Well, I mean, we don't have the sensors, and we're not, depending on where that swarm is going to attack, depends on whether we have any sensors at all, and so, and also whether we've got any effectors to get after that problem. So we are ill-equipped right now to handle something like that, and obviously that is we've seen it used. We're seeing it used on a daily basis around the world, and we've got to figure out how to mitigate that threat, and but we're not there yet.
Ain't that some shit? Ain't that something? So you're telling me that America, all right, the greatest military on the planet, right? With all this power, with all this might, okay, while the truth is coming out that they're losing armaments, they're losing their munitions, you know what I'm saying? They're running out of missiles, they're running out of all these different things, okay? This place is extremely vulnerable. All right? Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 22. All right, and I'm going to close it out with this. It reads, "A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" Okay? So America is going to get touched. Okay, as Marjorie Taylor Greene, former congresswoman, has said, you know what I'm saying, just recently, as she was blowing the whistle on this thing, all right, that they're floating the option of using nukes. She said this is going to backfire drastically because America is not impenetrable. America is not what's the word? America is not, shit, the words are escaping me. All right, but America is not invincible. You see what I'm saying? America is not untouchable. I think those were her words. America is not untouchable, man. Okay? And the Lord's been placing, he's been placing the spirit on all these various people, you know what I'm saying? Both Israelites and heathen alike, giving them dreams and visions, all right, of them all seeing America being invaded, America being touched. You know what I'm saying? So, again, verse 23, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 23, it reads, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" And this is the very place, okay, that smote the nations, man, with a continual stroke. Through what? Through their military prowess. And America used what? America used NATO in order to bring about that, or secure that foothold in Esau's kingdom. But as the scriptures say in 2 Esdras chapter 6, verse 9, Esau is the end of the world. We're looking at the end of this age, man. But then it says what? Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, you sons and daughters of Jacob, okay, we're the ones who have next, man. We the ones that got next. And they all feel it. All these Edomites can see it. They can feel that their kingdom is falling apart, and they can also feel that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians are on the rise. You see? So I'm going to cut that there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem V'cha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.